going back to back to back to back to back to back to back. Like the neighborhood warriors. I don't miss, I don't play none, I don't diss, I don't say none. I go swish, that's an A1. I state with no A1. Tell the chef, I said thanks. Tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good. Tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back to back on the drops. Drop a lot and she pack the bags. She shot till we drop. I just wake up, I don't say nothing. I'm on go, I don't stay long. I've been up now, that's a case one. I've been down too, like the day strong. I got summer toys for the summer boy. I keep drummer boys in the summer boy. I keep making noise, I've been paranoid. This is God body, you can never void. I don't miss, I don't play none, I don't diss, I don't say none. I go swish, that's an A1. I state with no A1. Tell the chef, I said thanks. Tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good. Tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back to back on the drops. Drop a lot and she pack the bags. She shot till we drop. These beats are up and beat 'em. These bags you can't believe 'em. I never saw the country but the money comes from Sweden. I meet 'em then I leave 'em. I wake up fight my demons. I never grew my circle. I can't trust you with my freedom. Get me locked down, keep you locked out. Only when it's here, you look pop now. I get drops now, on the top now. In the wintertime, still go top down. I get free. I don't go bust and I go plain Jane, watch me ski. Yeah, I see you now, I could tell you watching me. I go ghost, but tell me I'm more like his Lee. Rockstar, baby, turn pop star. I don't miss, I don't play none, I don't diss, I don't say none. I go swish, that's an A1. I state with no A1. Tell the chef, I said thanks. Tell I'm in the bank. Tell my mom I'm living good. Tell my kids don't stress a thing. I go back to back on the drops. Drop a lot and she pack the bags. She shot till we drop.
Morning all. Let's do this. Almost weekend, last day of the week. Let's end it a good week and chill and relax and discuss what's going on. So if we have a look here, today is Friday, February the 10th. We have some GBP news here in an hour or so, so we need to watch what will happen with that. I probably won't take a trade before that. Probably will wait till after the news, just based on where we're trading. And then tonight we have some USD news, which is not really going to be relevant during my trading time, so I don't really worry about this news. But interesting moves we've had on gold, so we'll cover that now. Morning everyone, morning. And we'll take it from there, right? So let's go have a look at GJ first. Actually, let's look at gold first, because gold has been moving heavy and I want to cover GJ's kind of in a range here, so let's have a look at gold. Well, it's trying to break down now, but gold is just retraced the whole move down, which is super interesting. I wonder why it reacted right here. This is not even like a base, it's like a weird key level. I actually thought it would come down to 1850 first. But let's have a look if there's anything on daily. I mean, you can argue this resistance has, you know, something to do with it, but I don't really think that is too relevant, that resistance. Let's see the 4 hour. What's going on the 4 hour? Yeah, that's a nasty rejection. So that's a kind of random rejection, to be honest. Just mid-move rejection. So let's have a look what we can mark up. So I marked up this in the morning here. I was looking at this possible to be a target first before reaching these zones here. This was taken off the 15-minute and this one's from the hour. But now I can move this basically here because we have an hour support. So 1 hour support. Now we need to respect this, basically this range here. We need to respect this range lows in here. And this 4 hour I'm going to move up to here and see if that lines up. What's that on the 1 hour? No, I just want to move this like this. I want to move this to 1 hour support, and then I'm going to move this one here and mark this as a 4 hour support here, so I know where we are on the chart. And we want to respect this 4 hour support, preferably this high. Otherwise this is going to be one deep liquidity grab to continue up today, and that would be super interesting, especially with this daily close. This daily close is not telling me one sign of information that buys make sense. This daily close is telling me anything but sells, but maybe we need a deeper liquidity grab to continue these sells. So I think New York could set up nicely for sells. If we start maybe pulling back, people will start looking for buys. Buys can make sense in a session counter trend, but if we start rejecting and creating lower resistance, this can give you nice opportunity to enter sells for the long run, right? So definitely have to consider that, and that can definitely be an option coming into into that. But the daily resistance we rejected off, it came quite a, I think how much lower than daily resistance? Yeah, 20 pips below daily resistance, so not really right at daily resistance. Dip below, but this whole zone might be issues here, so that's probably why it reacted off there. But you'd expect it to come, especially after this 4 hour, and start to filling at least into this 1850, 500 or something is what I was looking for. But no, this can give nice opportunity for downside, especially long term. If we're looking here at GJ, right, gold is already retracing. GJ here, 4 hours closed bearish here. It's engulfed these two previous 4 hour bullish candles, sorry. This is kind of like a doji. We're at the top of the range here, so upside there's no target for upside. We're at target basically, right? You can argue, okay, we can fill this wick and continue, but it's always going to be tough. So we're probably going to trade within a range, or we're going to get a pullback. I want to see what this news does. The GDP month on month, they're expecting numbers to come out at minus 0.3. I think it will come out as expected. I think they're accounting for negative GDP already, which makes sense. I don't think it'll come out worse than expected. I'll be surprised. So yeah, negative GDP, I expect that to come and possibly give us a retracement. I'm still bullish, higher time frame. Daily, there's no reason as to why sells make sense at the moment. You can't just sell because we're at resistance. That's stupid. But if we do get a daily bearish close from here and coming into next week, there is a possibility for downside. You guys have to keep in mind also, next week we have a lot of news. We have on, I believe today's the 10th. What's the 14th? 14th, I believe, is what's this? Tomorrow is Saturday. That's the 11th, and then Sunday's the 12th. Yeah, so Tuesday we have a lot of news here. We have JPY news, their GDP numbers. Then we have unemployment rate for pound as well. So this should possibly bring some good volume into the markets and give us opportunities into London Open. For today in London Open, 4 hour, let's start to clean up these charts. So you can see my chart's getting a little bit messy now, and we can start to clean this up. So levels down here I don't really need anymore, and I have here, as you can see, all my things are nicely cleaned up. I can remove this and I can drag this into this zone here like that, and then this is gonna go into my section of 157 like that, and then I can close that. This I'll leave on, this I'll leave on, and I think I'll just leave it like that. That's all right. Now let's go clean up this. We have a 4-hour resistance here. We can move this to here, like so. This yellow line here is just the daily flip. Reacted first at the day, reacted day 3:30 candle exactly, then tried to come to me below and close back above. Let's have a look. Yeah, it reacted in that zone. We dipped below and then closed back above. This 5-minute candle here did the business. After this 15-minute candle closed, very strong reaction from here. But it's just strange to see this type of reaction. This is a huge retracement, but definitely gives us options. As for the rest, this is closing back in here. We have this support here, like this. This 4-hour support, is this still relevant? Nope, this is not relevant anymore. This 1-hour resistance, is it still relevant? Yep, relevant. Yeah, you can see how messy GJ is moving up here. It's moving up really messy. You can see how it's just slowly moving up, deep pullbacks, slow move up, deep pullbacks. Yesterday ranged, then pushed up finally. Really late session, volume inconsistency. Even buys above this high is going to be very tough here. Look, we literally replicated what we did here. So trading in this range, if you measure it, I don't even believe it's even a worth range. You know, that's 12 pips, that's 26 pips, but you have to care about all of this mess. So not a good place to be trading on GJ, to be honest. And only option I see possibly is something similar to yesterday. And I want you guys to pay big attention to this, right? Pay attention to what happened yesterday. Yesterday we had the same sort of range pre-session. We pulled back to the bottom of the range. We rejected it, created support, broke the highs and continued up. That is a similar scenario I can see happen today, right? That's what I can see basically happening today, is that I can possibly see us ranging in here. Oops, that's not what I want. Ranging in here, give a pullback down to this level here, respect this level, and then we can trade back up to here. That's the only option I see for the day. Really, that's literally one option. Sells, okay, you can argue sells as well, but where am I going to sell into? This range here to sell, I don't want to sell because of all of these rejection wicks. These rejection wicks are telling me that this is not the best place to sell, right? Apart from that, even down here, sells are not really... I need structure for sells. If we start breaking down heavy and creating lower resistance, breaking below the 4-hour low, previous 4-hour low, which is going to be around this zone here. So if I mark that so you guys can see. So if we start breaking below that, which is below this low and below this resistance, and start creating this, I can look to sell, counter trend sell basically. But that's the only scenario I'll be looking for sells, right? Nice work. That was a big move, huh? 70 pips. This was a really nice option here for sells, this 5-minute close. Target this wick. If you miss that, then this next 5-minute close, but then you need to put stops above here. Or minimum here, actually. Here's safer, which is kind of tough. It's quite big. But your target would have been big, but would have been like a 1-to-1 at that point. Then we saw volume die down. And then this 5-minute close actually looked quite interesting here to continue taking sells here. But this obviously failed because we're at this zone here. So I mean, now this is interesting where we're rejecting here, right? if you want to play it super early, you can wait for resistance. But after a 70 pip move, normally the first move down, after like this big impulsive move, a first move down, normally you need to see more structure. You can see how, if we look back at moves that done something similar, like this had no retracement here, but similar, this is a clean retracement, creates resistance, breaks down easily. But when you have deep retracement, something like this, you see a deep retracement, you need more structure. See, it comes down, yeah, it allows you to get into the trade, but then it tries one more time to come up, and then it dips. So I'd prefer either to see from here, maybe a 30-minute bearish close would be better, because this is one bullish 30-minute candle, you know. So you definitely, and it should, you want it to close back below this range here, right? Your trade would be basically the same entry as the best entry as of the day, breaking these range lows or breaking this previous 4-hour zone. But closing in these wicks is not really the best sign. I don't see why we don't maybe range here for London, dip down maybe like this, and then New York maybe gives continuation down. So we'll have to wait and see, but that's what I think is gonna be on gold. To buy from here, I don't think long-term buys make sense at all until we close above this resistance here at 1877 300. Hello, welcome. Anyone have any questions about today's analysis or want to ask something? Please go ahead. Fix the chat. Weekly, monthly, or yearly time frame? What do you want me to do with that? I mean, it's definitely interesting, right? Look at this. Monthly time frame is, look where we're trading on monthly time frame on gold here. Right at this resistance, top of the range, right? Weekly time frame, look at what the weekly is doing now. Weekly created a top wick and now is flipping. You basically have a chance to trade at least down to 1821 based on a weekly time frame, right? Look at that, right? Rejecting this zone here. Nice wick into the zone. There's no confirmation of support. And this is the end of the week, the last day of the week. The price has spent the whole week making a top wick, grabbing whatever liquidity it needs, maybe to drive down heavy today, right? So it's definitely interesting. Daily now finally has failed and is closing below the support here. Yeah, GJ analysis was pretty simple. We're at a range. We're trading at the highs here. So buys is always going to be tough. I'm not going to be taking any type of continuation trade here unless we start breaking well above, you know, and start creating pure structure. Like if it's some crazy volume day, yeah, maybe I'll get involved. Otherwise from that, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for pullbacks into this zone, potentially creating supports coming into the same as yesterday, right? And then retesting here and being done with the trade, same as yesterday. I think that would be the only and best option. For sells, I need to see structure. We break below the 4-hour low, continue down, create lower resistance, and possibly that's even for sells. But I don't need to force anything. We have plenty of time to sell. coming into next week. Because if we're going to create resistance at the top of the range, we have all the way till the bottom of the range, right? Can gold go to 2100? Gold can go wherever it wants to go, but there's nothing indicating that it wants to go up now. Everything's bearish. Look at this, man. Look at price action. Weekly candle has closed bearish. Does that tell you it wants to go up? No. Daily candle is also closing bearish. Nothing is telling you it wants to go up. You know? We have to get back to 1950 before considering 2100, you know? Yeah, downside is what makes sense, but we need the chart to show us downside. Because now we have these big bullish candles. You probably need to start trading below here, would make sense. I think trading from here is too early. I think a lot of people will get trapped in here. And possibly get that before this. So possibly below this low, which is also below this candle here. Morning, morning. Afternoon, PIK. Welcome. It's Friday, guys. Don't need to force anything, right? Keep it easy, keep it simple. Don't force anything. Because even if you're going to take trades today, you have to be in deep profit to consider holding over the weekend, right? So, can be tough. Look how quickly this move happened, right? This literally opened up on a gap. If you watch this move on your broker, this literally opened up, boom, like this. This candle on your broker would have opened up here. Boom, like that. So you don't want that. That can easily happen over the weekend, right? That's exactly what you don't want to happen. Send a chart, bro. Send a chart. Bank Nifty, I don't look at Bank Nifty. I don't even have it on here. I'll only look at what I have on here. EU? Yeah, I'll have a look at EU. So daily created a support. 4 hours also now in a range. We tried to break out similar to gold, but this is closing back in the range. So essentially we're ranging here. It's not really fun to trade in this zone. 1 hour is also at the bottom of the range trying to create support. I recommend leaving this pair for today. This is not a tradable pair at the moment. The ranges are small. This is like 10 pips. Yep, you see 10 pips. So even if you take sells from here to here, it's kind of small. You need more structure. We need to get out of this range. If you want to trade this pair, possibly looking on this bearish closure here for sells to continue to the bottom of the range, but I wouldn't recommend it. You need to wait on this pair. This pair is in a very tight range here. You need to be involved in moves like this. If we start seeing breakouts or breakdowns, then it can make sense. Trusty Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is actually interesting here. So Bitcoin, we had a strong daily bearish close. I would encourage you to join our Discord. In our Discord, we have daily analysis from one of our members, which they kindly put daily analysis of Bitcoin, and it's very in depth and it's very, very good analysis. So definitely recommend you to check that in the crypto channel there, and you can read that daily. But big bearish close here, kind of already reaching target, right? These wicks are your target. Now on the 4 hour, what did we do? We broke up here, tried to break below, and then we just continue breaking down in one candle here. Boom. Now we're creating this kind of structure. So if we change structure, maybe you can see a small retracement before more downside. There is more chance of downside, but we need to wait. The move is basically done. If you didn't catch the move basically in this, which was very tough to catch, I would say maybe this 15-minute close was the only option. Or maybe your second option would have been this one here, like this. That would have been your option. Continue down to this wick, that's your target. That would have been your trade. That's the easiest option I see. Now you have to wait. You have to wait for the same sort of structure. Or for deeper retraces to continue down, kind of like what's happening on gold. So here's gold breakdown. Let's have a look. So you need to wait for this 5-minute to close. And there's a possibility for sells here. 24 pip stop. 30 pip target. See if you can get this 5-minute close, and then the next 5-minute respects this zone and continue. That will be the greatest confidence to take this trade. If you want to risk it early, you just take it on this 5-minute close, right? And you rely on this being held, right? But remember, this is only one bearish 15-minute candle after a strong move to the upside. This could do this to do that, right? Which I've seen a lot happen on gold. But this is definitely an option here, for sure. Depends on your week. If you had a good week, yeah, I can give it a shot, right? This will also be the 30-minute closing bearish. So it makes sense. Hopefully this does give a bottom wick. A bottom wick would be important. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, gold looks interesting for sells here. Stop loss has to be above here, so you have to hold a 26 pip stop loss. Look at that. That's why you wait for closure. You see this, guys? There you go. Wait for closure. I'll only look at pairs that I have here on the side, which are the main Forex pairs. All of these Karachi Stock Index 100. You guys can send me a chart and I'll have a look at your chart, no problem. In the description there is a, it tells you how to send a chart, and I'll look at your chart. I don't have an issue with that. But I'm not gonna look at these charts that I don't normally look at, because I'm concentrating on potential trades and the pairs that I trade. But you're welcome to send a chart and I'll have a look at it. So 15-minute didn't close below this support. That's why it's important to wait for closures here, right? That's why we always wait for closures. You probably need to wait for at least the next 5 minutes, but very important here to wait for closures. People who jump the gun too early thinking they'll miss the move, this is where they fail in trading. And yeah, I mean, breaking this 30-minute low is another entry option, which would also be this 15-minute, but you have to wait for the break of that low. Stop loss would go above here like this. Something like that. That would be your option here. As it breaks this low, you would enter. Of course, count for spread. This shouldn't have triggered you. You need to count for spread. And then you should be good. Personally, I'm waiting for one more 15 candle close. That's my personal thing. I don't mind missing this trade. It's a Friday. I'm pretty relaxed. But if we get one more 15-minute candle close and then that breaks the low, I think that will give you a lot more confidence. A lot more confidence to take the trade. So you could simply have a sell stop like this. And account for spread. And that would be the break of this zone here. Should continue down bearish. And your stop loss could run it above these highs. Or if you want to run a tight stop loss, you run it above 1860. You have a good range to continue down here, at least. It's teasing at these lows here. If it breaks, it should break pretty heavy. There we go. No bottom wick on this 5 minute, huh? Be very careful here. Very, very, very careful. As I said, I'm waiting 9 minutes for this second 15-minute close, but the sell stop is an option based on your week. I don't see it as a bad option. You can take it. Don't be scared of drawdown. It's part of the game. You just don't want this candle to flip. Probably if this candle flip, you cut your trade short and wait. Yeah, gold is looking juicy, that's for sure. Anyone enter already? I wonder if anyone entered. Don't lie, huh? Don't say when you're like 30 pips in profit. Yeah, I entered. What's wrong, structure? Gold pull back. Welcome to how gold is. Gold always loves to do this type of shit. Pull back, heavy. Mess people up. Nice one, man. Waiting for 1 hour to close. Yeah, that's sensible. 22 minutes. I think that's, yeah, based on your plan, that's a good option. Yes, Frankfurt will be interesting. Yeah, there's nothing telling you should get out yet. It's just doing nothing. Nothing is wrong. Even if this pulls back up to here, the trade is still fine. You just have to hold it. It's how trading works. You know? Real advanced traders, they'll add other entries up here to enter up here and then continue down. If your risk is managed from here, this type of stuff shouldn't do this. But as I said, I'm waiting for 2 15-minute candle closures because it's only one. But this is an early option that you can take. I just want to close below this line I have here. I want to close below here. Trading Euro USD, you're long on it. TP 1.074, stop loss 1.7. Where's your entry though? You have to say your entry. Entry is more important. I understand if you took a long from this candle here, that makes sense as well. Oh, you're long 1.707. Oh, this wrong pair. I'm thinking, what's going on with me? Yeah, that can make sense. It's tough range to trade. Maybe breaking this high you took the trade, but it's a very tough range. Oh, there's the push. The flip. I like how this looks. I like this 1 minute close. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I don't see a reason for gold not to continue down. Just it's a question of when will gold continue down. That's it. That's all it is. When will gold continue down? I'm still waiting. I need this 15 to close below that line in 2 minutes. If it doesn't close below this line in 2 minutes, I'm not interested yet. But that was a good sign when we started breaking down. It looks like it does want to. I think it will do basically what it did here. Possibly you see that here. Slowly break down. Is GJ doing anything? No. Very messy on GJ. You haven't missed much, man. GJ ranging gold potential sells, waiting for more clarity on gold, and then potentially sell it. There's an option early if you want to enter early to sell gold. That's also an option. Up to you. How do you want to play it? How's your week been? Those are the options. My favorite time frame to trade is probably, I would say, the 15 minute. I like the 15 minute. 15 minutes my favorite time frame to trade. I also like to look at the 5-minute time frame as well. But I don't, my confirmation comes from higher time frames. Alright, we have the close here in 3 seconds. 5-minute rejected this range. This is the top wick of the new 15. No bottom wick. If this pushes up here, creates a nice top wick and flips, could be an option, possibly. Even if this 5-minute pushes up here, creates bearish resistance, can sell to here. Exactly, yeah. GBP news. In 15 minutes, GBP news. We're at 4-hour support on gold. Let me see where you're talking about. You're talking about this? Yep, it's definitely a possibility, but this wick is now the new structure, right? Because before this wick was here, that was problem. This closure on the 4 hour is definitely a big issue, right? And I agree with you, but we've already reached down and created a target. So if price is going to continue to fill this wick and continue the downside move, we're going to see that happen in this candle or the next 2 candles. This 4-hour support has been tested once. Then we came back. It got tested twice here. This is the second time. It got tested for a 3rd time here. And the 4th time broke through. So the 5th time, I don't know if it's going to be as relevant. And I don't expect it to be as relevant as these last 2 times before, right? What's more important is this rejections we're having here. And at the moment, we're trading below, right? So as long as we continue to trade below these rejections, which is essentially this line, then downside makes sense to continue down, possibly to fill this one candle here or somewhere, right? And that doesn't mean that we can't come down and end up rejecting, but that's what we have in front of us right now, right? If you're enjoying the stream, guys, can you leave a like? It always helps. I hate saying it, but has to be done. It's how it works. I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to the stream, I'll just explain as I always explain. This stream is designed to run pre-London, and the idea of this stream is to run this so that you guys, I can give you a small amount of time to give you analysis, speak about what's going on the charts, speak about what's possibly happening, because during these times is not really the times I'm trading. These are the times where I'm sitting back and planning for my session, which will start probably in 10 minutes here when I can start taking trades. And my main pair is GJ anyways. And basically we talk about potential setups, and then you guys have to build the confidence to execute on those trades, right? And that's the biggest problem that people face, is that when they watch live streams, they don't build confidence. Why don't they build confidence? Because they're not actively taking the trade. They're following someone who's taking the trade. They don't know why they entered, and they don't have. But if I give you my plan and give you what I'm thinking of doing, you guys can make decisions to take the trades yourself. It keeps everyone safe, and you guys learn quickly. Because if you can't even build the confidence to take a trade, how are you going to build the confidence to increase risk or something? Because that's even when it gets even scarier. If this 15-minute closes bullish, it will be tough to sell even if the 1 hour has closed bearish for me. I'll probably need the next 15-minute to either break the low or trade below it, basically. Take care, take care. Boring range. Very bad range here. No volume. Let's see what are people thinking on gold. Let me know in the chat. What's your plan on gold? When are you guys looking to sell? Are you looking to buy? I want to see what people are thinking, and I'll tell you before I wrap this live up. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Right? Because you guys have to be planning here. You have to be planning. The chat is quiet. I know you guys are in a trade. Don't lie. I know you guys are in a trade. When the chat's quiet like this, you guys are in a trade. Yeah, selling gold makes sense. On your chart, when is the 4 hour? Yeah, you're right, actually, Mohammed. You're right. There's a weird... It says like 3 hours, and then on a different chart, it says here 8 minutes, right? So that's just a problem with Forex.com. Forex.com is having that problem. And... yeah, the real time is 3 hours and 8 minutes. This 4 hours should close in 3 hours and 8 minutes. I'm looking a rejection of the support for gold before entering a short to the thick LTA. Yes, sir, that's the one. That looks exciting. I would enjoy that as well. It would be nice to see gold respect this zone and then continue down. It's creating lower high and lower low. Yes, it is. Lower low, lower high. Yep, I know what you meant. But we don't need it to retest all the way up here. Anywhere in here. Anyways, I think, guys, that's the plan. I hope you know the plan for gold. Potential sells, buys. If this 15-minute closes bullish here, you have to wait for structure. Either more bearish candles to close here to tap this resistance, or a closure or break below this 15-minute bullish candle. For gold, it's really, I mean for GJ, sorry, today, it's really rangy. So I don't think there'll be much opportunities on GJ unless we get some random volume that comes and you can try force a position in there. I think that's the plan. How we see the wick fill in the right time. I have 8 cap broker planning. I'm not sure what an 8 cap broker is. Wick fills, I have a video. Oh, on 8 cap, 8 minutes left for the 4 hour. Yeah, then I would basically wait if that's the case. You know? Wick fills don't matter about the time. Wick fills matter about when are we going to... if there's volume or not in the market. You see, now we're having some volume. This candle is about to flip here. And then that can be an option for sells, right? So that's what it matters. Yep, makes sense. I'll probably wait for this 5-minute close here in 55 seconds. And when you break the low here, that will be a potential entry to continue down bearish. So I'll let you know what happens in the group, guys. You guys let me know what happens in the group. If this 5-minute doesn't close bearish, or if it closes weak bearish, then it's not a trade. So I'll catch you in there. Take care, guys, as always. Hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll catch you, enjoy your weekend. And I'll catch you on the next stream. Peace.